different pieces, different surfaces, and material that is make this scene more realistic. And when we want to present it to the clients or in class or wherever we have a better understanding of how this geometry actually works. In order to do that, what you have to do is basically going to the window, default tray, and making sure the material is on. Before I start, notice that I still my kind of a layer color is still on here. So I want to make sure that what I see in the layer is basically the material that I want to add to different objects. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go onto the layer. If you remember, if I click here, I can uncheck this one, so it's going to be all flat white what it is before. So I'm going to put this back here. And now let's say, for example, under the material, I have a selection of the list. I can just go with like a simple color. So it's a list of color that I can choose from. And I also have a list of different material, from the stone to tile, water, whatever type of material that I want to use. For example, let's say I want to use something for my roofing. So I'm gonna go with the roofing, and then here is a list of material for the roofing, so I can pick whichever that I want. And these are basically the default material within the SketchUp. So I'm gonna select, for example, this one, and I'm gonna go over this group as my roof, and I click on it. And since all of them are basically same group, I can just click on one group, and that's going to change the whole material. Now let's go for this window. This time what I'm going to do is that press space, go back to the selection, and I open up this component, open up this window. Now I'm going to go here and go to the glass and mirror, and I'm going to use this. These are the mirror, and this one is a translucent blue glass. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put on this surface. As you can see, that's going to be my glass right there. And now what I want to do is that I want to select the whole area, whole frame, and I'm going to change the color for the frame. So I'm going to select the whole frame by triple click, and I'm going to hold shift and click on this surface, which is my glass. So it's going to be selected. And now I'm going to go here back to my list, and I can go, for example, let's say, for example, it's going to be a wooden format. So I'm going to select this one is a cherry original. I'm going to use the cherry color for my frame. I'm going to press space, double click outside, and that's going to create that. And since these two are same, basically same type of component, when I change one of them, you see that it's automatically changed on the other one, and that's the beauty of using a component. Alright, so in addition to that, I can just go and then pick, like, for example, a material, and then let's say, for example, the concrete, and I'm going to use the concrete wall on, let's say, this surface here. So I'm going to click, and that's going to turn this surface all the way to the concrete. And then since this is the form, I'm going to go with the polished concrete here. So I'm going to add the concrete on this side, and the top I have concrete as well. And then on this other side, I want to leave it as it is. So probably I need some distinction here, because the material that I'm going to use on the other side is not going to be the same. So I'm going to press a space, I'm going to go back, turn on a line, and then just go all the way down here to create another face here, another additional face. And I'm going to use that polish new, and add this on this side. So now I have like some sort of a concrete wall on this side. So that's a basic things of going around and using that. So by clicking on the selecting any type of material, you can just go over and then put that specific material on your scene. Let's say I already create some sort of a material and I want to change one piece or one bit here. So as you can see here, I have a different, like a type of glass than this one, and I want to use this this material and put it here. What I have to do is that first of all I need to open up this component, and now I'm going to use this peak sample paint, and then I'm going to go over this material and select that specific glass that I want, and now that material is selected, and I'm going to put it right here on this one. So now these two have the same material. So that's one way of working with the material. Sometimes, for example, I want to change the appearance of the material in our scene. So that's very normal. You used to have like a different, like for example, you want to change the texture, you want to change the opacity and all those things. How are you going to do that? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go here, first pick the material, and then when I have that, I'm going to go to the edit, and here in the edit I have a list of different things that I can do. On the first part, you see that that's basically the color picker, so I can pick either color from scene or from my screen, or I can use this palette in order to change the color of the roof. I can change the darkness or like a brightness of that. I can go here and then sometimes check the texture, making sure that you don't click on this, because if you click you have to find the texture that you want here, which basically what I did. Let me just go back here and then let's see, it was in the roofing. I'm gonna add this one more time here. Okay, so under the edit, and here you can change the size of the texture here. So right now it's 2 feet. If I can just change it, like for example to 1 feet, and since these two are lock ratio, it's gonna be change this one as well. This is more like natural than what it was before. But if I uncheck this and then let's say for example put 2 on one of them, then you see that it's gonna change on one direction. It doesn't change on the other one. So that's something to remember if sometimes you need to change, for example, only on one side. So I'm going to click and then close this, and then here you can use the colorize when you are changing the color here. I'll see, for example, I change it to this, and then using the colorize format, it gives you more accurate color, and it's on this specific material is not that much visible, but most of the time it's very you might want to use a very accurate color, and you use the colorize here. So I'm going to leave colorize as it is, and here down here you can change the opacity. So as you can see right now it's 100%, and if I change the opacity I can create completely translucent material. Right now it's not a good idea to have a roof translucent. I mean, you might sometimes want to use a glass or something on the roof, but it's not something that we want to do it at this point. So I'm going to bring it back to what it was before. And at any time that you want to reset the color, you can just click on this reset color and it's bring it back to the original color of that specific material. So it's very straightforward. You can go around the building and start adding a material here and there. And there you have multiple way of selecting or adding material. If you're using a component, your group, you can just select that group, and if all the surfaces on the group has the same material, you can just add that specific material to all of them by clicking on them. You can go here and then selecting one surface and then adding that material to that specific surface. So let's say for example this wall, I want to add like some sort of let's see, rough tan. Yeah, let's go for the rough tan brick and then add that type of brick here, as you can see, where I can select multiple of them and then use that type of material and then add that. So that basically adding 2 by 1 click instead of multiple of them. So they have multiple options in order to do that. Accessing to material palette, one is from here and the other one is like clicking by here and then choosing the appropriate material.